The wild boar population in California has been growing at an alarming rate. They tear up soil, destroy crops, and place constant pressure on local farmers. The damaged areas continue to spread, leaving us with no choice but to step in. This is not a hunt for sport. It is an effort to restore stability to the land and protect livelihoods. From the very beginning, we knew wild boars were dangerous, unpredictable animals, and every decision we made carried real risk. They can sprint at extremely high speeds, react in an instant, and remain constantly alert. When cornered, they do not simply flee. They often turn and fight back. While we split up to search for fresh sign, I suddenly sensed violent movement in the brush. Almost immediately, an entire group of boars burst across my path. There was no time to think. Instinct took over as I raised my rifle, locked onto a target, and brought one animal down before the rest scattered. The remaining boars fanned out and disappeared downhill. I shifted positions quickly, following the freshest tracks I could find. A sharp rustling sound nearby forced me into full focus. In the distance, the tracking dogs began barking aggressively. As I scanned the area, I spotted a dark shape moving low through the brush. I held my position and waited. The first shot failed to stop it. The boar kept coming, leaving me no choice but to act decisively on the next opportunity. The animal collapsed just a few steps away from me. That distance made the danger unmistakably clear. A single moment of hesitation could have ended very differently. Regaining my composure, I noticed a larger boar slipping between the trees, searching for an escape route. Elsewhere, Mark had already set up along a familiar trail. When the boar appeared and tried to change direction, Mark reacted instantly, cutting off its only way out. As darkness began to settle in, the dogs erupted again. I moved closer when a boar suddenly charged out of tall grass straight toward me. I stepped back, steadied myself, and fired at the exact moment it closed the distance. Everything ended in a split second. Had I been even slightly slower, I likely would not have continued the hunt that night. Harvest season was fast approaching, and everyone in the area shared the same concern. Every year at this time, boars pour out of the forest and can destroy entire fields in just a few nights. We gathered our team quickly, checked our gear, and brought the dogs into play. The moment they were released, they surged forward with intensity, following the strongest scent trails without hesitation. When the barking erupted in rapid bursts, we knew the animal had been cornered. Ethan was positioned at the top of a small slope, an area known for heavy wild boar activity. Once the boar was blocked by the pack of dogs, actions followed in quick succession until it was no longer able to resist. After that, the entire team spread out, pushing deeper into the area and continuing the search with intense focus. After many hours, the forest finally began to quiet down. Using tracking equipment, we located the dogs gathered on the far side of the ridge. Near a small stream, an ideal feeding spot for boars, we found fresh sign once again. Only minutes later, the final confrontation of the day unfolded. When it was over, exhaustion set in, but at least the coming harvest would face one less serious threat. Do you think controlling wild boars in situations like this is truly necessary? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next journey ahead. For weeks now, people in the Texas countryside haven't been able to sleep. Huge wild boars as big as calves keep tearing down fences, ripping up pastures, and even attacking grazing cattle. Deep hoof prints cover the ground, and every night, the growls echoing from the forest edge make the farmers uneasy. With the harvest at risk of being wiped out, the local authorities issued an emergency order, calling in our experienced hunting team. The mission was clear: track down and contain the wild herd that had become dangerously aggressive. Before sunrise, we gathered at the edge of the largest ranch in the area. The team double-checked our rifles, GPS trackers, and the pack of well-trained hunting dogs. Everyone knew that even a few seconds of hesitation could mean danger, for both people and livestock. I tightened my grip on the rifle and glanced around at my teammates. Every pair of eyes was locked in focus. Then, the first bark echoed through the dark. The hunt had officially begun. From the west, the dog's frantic barking echoed back. We split into two groups, circling around the low hillside. Suddenly, the bushes ahead shook violently. A massive wild boar burst out, its dark body slick with mud flying in all directions. I dropped to one knee, took aim, and pulled the trigger. The gunshot thundered through the valley. The beast staggered a few steps, then collapsed in the tall grass. No one had time to breathe. Our team immediately formed a line, ready for whatever came next. From deep inside the forest, the chaos grew louder. The dogs snarled, chasing after dark shapes slipping through the trees. We ran toward the sound of barking. At about 50 meters out, another boar was trying to squeeze through a narrow gap between the rocks. I shifted position, held my breath, and waited for it to turn. The second shot cracked through the air, cutting off its escape. The echo rolled across the cliffs, and for a brief moment, the whole forest fell silent. No time to rest. We pushed deeper into the forest. The terrain grew rough, rocks jutting out, uneven ground, and shifting winds made it harder to track the herd. Then a deep roar broke through the air, the unmistakable call of the alpha boar. It was bigger than I expected, with curved tusks and bristling hair standing straight up in anger. It didn't run, it charged straight at us. In that split second, everything seemed to slow down. I stepped back half a pace, raised my rifle, and pulled the trigger when it was just a few yards away. The gunshot echoed through the trees, followed by another shot from my teammate. The beast crashed to the ground. Everyone exhaled in relief, but no one let their guard down. In the forest, silence often means the storm isn't over yet. On the way back, our truck rolled slowly down a slope. Out of nowhere, a massive dark figure burst from the woods, forcing the driver to slam the brakes. Without thinking, I rolled down the window, raised my rifle, and took aim. The shot rang out, and the animal dropped hard by the side of the road. In that moment, everyone went silent. No one celebrated, because we all knew each shot was only a temporary fix. The villagers would still have to stay alert, because out there in the shadows, hundreds more were waiting. As the sun dipped low, the golden light spread across the fields. We packed up our gear, let the dogs rest, and headed back to report the results. In total, 99 wild boars had been taken down, a number that left many people stunned. But more importantly, the farmers could finally return to their fields without fear of another daylight rampage. If you felt your heartbeat racing during this hunt and want to see more thrilling adventures like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Look at the endless sugarcane fields in Florida, where day after day they are savagely damaged by wild hogs. Local farmers have called for help, and today we are here to answer that call. Our team has one mission: to stand as a shield, protecting the crops from the spreading destruction. Their hard work will not be in vain. While the team quietly moved into position, I took on the task of guarding the ridge along the dense forest edge of Florida, where wild hogs often reside and destroy countless fields. Every sense had to stay sharp, every second mattered. Suddenly, a faint rustle broke the silence. I immediately looked ahead, and within moments, the first massive hog was brought down. That is how our day began. Another hog removed, another field protected, and a bit more peace returned to the deserving farmers. But that first shot was only the beginning, a reminder that facing a large herd always carries many dangers. Realizing the situation was becoming complicated, we quickly changed strategy. A huge hog appeared from afar, its presence signaling trouble. I signaled James to hold the 90-degree angle while I drew its attention. "All right, James, take the shot." His rifle cracked decisively, neutralizing the creature instantly. A perfect result achieved through teamwork. If you support what we do, don't forget to subscribe. At noon, under the scorching sun, hogs usually hide deep within the thickest brush. That is when our four-legged partners step in. While the dogs tracked the scent, we followed a narrow trail surrounded by dense and dangerous vegetation. Only a rifle in hand and the possibility of an ambush ahead. Would our reflexes be fast enough to stop a sudden attack? The answer: yes. When we arrived, the hog was already down, a victory shaped by instinct, courage, and years of training. That shot threw the entire area into chaos. We moved to another trail with better visibility. Soon after, the spotter shouted, "Movement in the brush, around 20 meters." I immediately squeezed the trigger, bringing down the target in an instant. That is the skill of trained hunters. If you enjoyed that shot, leave a comment. And remember, we always follow US hunting laws. That shot removed yet another threat. But the scattered traces on the ground showed the fight was not over. Footprints led deep into the forest. According to the plan, David's team circled behind to make noise and drive the hogs toward the ambush. Dog barks echoed from afar. A massive hog suddenly burst out. James fired first, but it wasn't enough to stop it. Now the creature was charging straight toward me. Once again, through smart tactics and calm coordination, we neutralized the threat and reclaimed peace for the farmers. My barrel hadn't cooled yet when more stubborn hogs rushed toward us. None could be allowed to slip past. All had to be stopped right here on this trail, leaving no chance for them to continue damaging the farmers' hard-earned crops. The scent of gunpowder lingered in the air, mixing with dust and sweat after a long day of battle. As the sun slowly set, the Jeep Gladiator behind us was filled and ready to head home. The fight to protect this land is not over, but today we fulfilled our duty. Early in the morning, the first wild boar control operation of the year officially began. Working closely with local authorities, the professional hunting team moved straight into areas that had suffered long-term damage. Fields had been torn apart, fences lay broken, and livestock enclosures showed clear signs of disruption, revealing how serious the situation had become. Fresh tracks covered the damp soil, proving the boars had been active night after night. Without hesitation, the team split into smaller units and moved toward higher ground, securing clear vantage points to prepare for whatever might unfold. From carefully selected positions, each member quietly adjusted their scopes and scanned the surrounding terrain. Within minutes, a large group of wild boars emerged along the forest edge, moving quickly and changing direction without warning. Once the signal was given, the first shots shattered the silence. The herd scattered in confusion, racing in multiple directions. At such distance, every movement had to be precise and controlled. Several targets were contained, while others disappeared into thick undergrowth, using the terrain to escape. Keeping the momentum, the team shifted positions without delay. On another hillside, more boars were spotted hiding deep inside dense brush. As everyone focused on tracking their movement, a massive boar suddenly broke away from the group, changed course, and charged straight toward the team. The moment unfolded in seconds, leaving no room for hesitation. A rapid response followed, stopping the charge just before the distance became dangerously close and preventing a situation from spiraling out of control. After the intense encounter, the operation pushed farther into the area. Inside a denser section of forest, the team waited in near total stillness, conserving energy and listening for movement. When the boars finally began moving out of the thick cover and down the slope, the moment arrived. Coordinated action followed, and the sound echoed across the hillside. The herd panicked and fled, leaving behind a chaotic scene of disturbed earth, broken branches, and swirling dust. Deeper in the hills, wild boar numbers appeared even heavier. From above, another large group came into view, moving swiftly through the valley below. It quickly became clear that direct pursuit would not work. The team divided into smaller units, setting up ambush points from multiple directions. This strategy allowed them to control escape routes, reduce the herd's ability to scatter, and slowly force the animals into more predictable paths. By afternoon, operations shifted down toward the open lowlands at the base of the hills. The open terrain made movement easier, but it also allowed the boars to spread out rapidly. To keep pace, the team relied on vehicles to close the distance. Whenever a group entered a clear line of sight, action was taken immediately. After hours of pressure, the boars grew increasingly alert, making each approach more difficult and demanding careful timing. As fresh signs continued to appear, the team deployed tracking dogs alongside aerial equipment to widen their field of view. From above, the escape route of a lone boar became clear as it tried to break away from the area. The pursuit intensified, crossing varied terrain and testing coordination at every step. Eventually, the chase led into an open stretch, where the animal was cut off near a dense thicket, bringing a long and exhausting pursuit to an end. As sunset approached, the day's operation gradually came to a close. Silence settled over ground that had been filled with movement just hours earlier, leaving only the marks of a demanding day behind. Fatigue showed on every face, mixed with a sense of reflection. The scale and speed at which wild boars were spreading made one thing clear. This was not a problem that could be solved quickly or easily. Do you think this approach to wild boar control is truly necessary and effective under current conditions? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this story engaging, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the intense operations coming next. In the mountains of Asturias, Spain, locals are struggling against the threat of ferocious wild boar herds. Fertile fields can turn barren overnight, scarred by their storm-like destruction. These massive beasts are described as both swift and savage, enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Our hunting team quickly mobilized, spreading out into the dense forests, determined to track them down to the very lairs where they hide. No matter how cunning wild boars may be, they can't escape the traps of their own habits. Trails deep in the forest are stamped with countless hoofprints, clear signs that lead us straight to them. I moved carefully, avoiding any sound that might give me away. Then suddenly, from the thick brush ahead, a massive boar burst out, fast as an arrow. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger. The gunshot echoed through the forest. The beast staggered, stumbled, and collapsed. One decisive moment was enough to seal the fate of this fierce creature. The sky suddenly darkened, and a chill crept through the treetops, making the forest feel heavier than ever. I moved into a tangle of fallen logs, pressing myself behind a massive trunk, silent and watchful. Then, without warning, a huge wild boar emerged into view. The instant it stepped forward, I squeezed the trigger. The shot rang out, and the beast collapsed on the spot. That kind of precision only comes from a hunter seasoned by years of experience. I moved quietly deeper into the forest, each step cautious, aware of the danger lurking around me. At the edge of the woods, a massive boar suddenly appeared, its fierce eyes locked straight on me. I quickly raised my rifle, kept my breathing steady, and pulled the trigger with a firm squeeze. The gunshot echoed, and the beast dropped instantly. Had I hesitated even for a moment, the outcome could have been disastrous. Yet in those perilous seconds, I knew my duty was clear: to stop the threat before it could wreak more havoc on the villagers' crops and land. That afternoon, I moved along the forest edge and settled into a shaded spot to watch. Through the thick foliage, the dark silhouette of a massive boar slowly came into view, wandering carelessly, unaware of the danger nearby. I steadied my hands, aimed carefully, and pulled the trigger. The first shot made it stumble before it could react. Quickly, I reloaded and fired again. The second shot brought it down clean. Late in the afternoon, I left the forest and moved to the roadside, taking my assigned position. Suddenly, a herd of wild boars burst out, their pounding hooves roaring like thunder. I stayed calm, aimed carefully, and squeezed the trigger. The shots rang out, the lead boar was hit and dropped instantly. The rest of the herd panicked and scattered back into the dense woods. As the last light of sunset faded, I spotted the final herd of boars hiding near the forest's edge. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger, and the burst of gunfire sent the entire pack fleeing into the darkness. That marked the end of a long, grueling day where patience and determination were pushed to the limit. For the peace of this land, we're willing to stay awake through the night, give our all, and even face danger, just so the villagers can rest easy and their crops remain safe. The journey of facing the giant wild boars has come to an end, but the tension and danger still echo in our minds. What about you? What was the most unforgettable moment of this hunt? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to join us in the next adventure. In recent days, the whole village has been worried about a wild boar herd. They have been charging down the hillside in waves, tearing up the fields and causing chaos in the land. The rough, growling sounds of their roars echo through the night, causing the villagers' hearts to tighten with fear. When the gathering order was given, we immediately set out, heading toward the green hill where the wild beasts were hiding. Despite the worry, a strong thought flashed through each of our minds. We must protect our homeland at all costs. As the first rays of dawn grew clearer, we advanced, following the deep tracks of their claws in the ground. Reaching halfway up the hill, the air became unnervingly silent. It was so quiet that every sound from below came to our ears clearly. Every sense was tense with anticipation. We stood still for 10 seconds. Then, a long-range shot was perfectly executed as the target appeared, our eyes gliding over it. The shadows to the right were swiftly eliminated. The opening strike had set the tone, a resolute declaration of our determination to protect the entire village's crops. After our success, our steps grew lighter. Driven by a new wave of determination, we split into teams and began sweeping through every crack in the ground, every narrow path. Soon, we stopped for 10 seconds. A lightning-fast response followed, and a shot rang out. The massive figure collapsed instantly. Another lurking threat had been stopped in its tracks. Before we could advance to inspect, a signal from our team echoed. The wild boars were hiding far off on the hillside. We followed their trail and quickly moved to block the narrow path. A perfect decision. The sounds determined the fate of the battle, but the others were not ready to give up. From a distance, another team quickly surrounded them, cutting off all escape routes. We moved in. The perfect synchronization, like a campaign rehearsed hundreds of times. We successfully stopped the surprise attack. As the sun rose higher, our steps quickened as we moved closer to flush out the lurking boars. Wild boars, being natural predators, often hide in thick bushes. At times like this, both eyes and ears must always be on alert, ready to face any threat. This intense focus allowed our strikes to be effective, preventing any sudden attacks from the wild boars. Once again, this confirmed the skills and courage of the hunters in their mission to protect the peace of the village. The journey continued when suddenly, the hunting dogs picked up the scent of prey. They followed the trail and charged forward at a terrifying speed. The sounds of gunfire, barking, and footsteps blended into a chaotic, tense atmosphere. Thanks to the seamless cooperation between humans and dogs, the wild boars were cornered, with no way out. When the space fell silent, only calm remained, along with a feeling of relief on the faces of those protecting the crops. The battle wasn't over, but once again, the teamwork between man and hunting dogs proved unstoppable. The determination, sharp instincts, and ability to read every sign meant no target could escape the swift and precise control of the hunters.
Y ha sido un macho, el más bonito de todos y la verdad que...
That night, the villagers could finally sleep peacefully. No one had to fear the roars in the middle of the night or wake up to fields torn apart at dawn. It was a difficult period, but it resulted in peace and security for the homeland. Today's battle wasn't just a confrontation between man and beast. It was a journey of bravery, a testament to the spirit of protecting hard work and life itself. Every drop of sweat, every shot fired carried a sacred meaning. proliferate throughout the region. Few can imagine the extent of destruction they cause. In just one night, the wheat fields and olive groves were torn apart, leaving behind fear and disappointment. The peacefulness of the village is now under threat, and we know that it's time to act and chase these invaders away to protect our beloved homeland. As dawn breaks, our team gathers at Nick's house. The rifles have been checked, scopes calibrated, and spare ammo is ready. We are prepared for the mission ahead. By 6:30, we enter the orange grove, observing the terrain and finalizing our movement plan. Before I could finish speaking, dark shapes darted across the field.
Officially begun.
Immediately, everyone took position, eyes focused, hearts pounding. The entire boar herd charged into the underbrush. I aimed and fired. A perfect shot. The boar fell. The first success of the day, and the crops behind us are now safe. The hunt has begun.
A few lucky boars break free.
Few boars managed to escape the first volley, running towards a narrow trail in the woods. From above, the drone spotted them sneaking through the brush. The hunting dogs closed in, driving them into a tight spot. My scope locked on. One decisive shot, and the boar fell. The teamwork between the people and the dogs delivered a flawless result, precise, effective, just as planned. Not far off, Nick noticed another boar near the trail. The boar dashed towards him, sensing his presence and becoming aggressive, ready to charge. But it was too late. Nick took aim, whispered, "It's time for you to face the end," and fired. A clean, decisive shot. The beast collapsed. I breathed a sigh of relief, watching him complete the task, restoring peace to the land once again. What do you think about that moment? Share your thoughts below. As we moved to another location, the rustling in the underbrush caught our attention. Years of experience, and the barking signal told me the target was near. I took my position and waited. As expected, the wild boar lunged from its hiding spot. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, aimed carefully, and fired. The bullet struck its side, but it managed to run down the slope. A few minutes later, we found it lying by a field. These are the moments that test a hunter's courage and skill. And today, we once again proved that courage and precision can restore peace to this land. As the sun set, we received a call from the farmer. The wild boars had returned. We turned the truck around and rushed back to the orange grove, more determined than ever. The team spread out, tightening the encirclement. The herd charged toward Jay's ambush point. A massive boar came rushing toward us. John aimed perfectly and fired. A flawless shot. The boar dropped right on the spot. From now on, these fields will rest. No more failed crops. No more sleepless nights for the villagers. Every shot we take is a promise. Trade the rifle for peace. The confrontation ended, and the countryside could breathe in the fresh air.
Teamwork between man and dog pays off.
We returned in the 2025 Ford Ranger, the truck bed loaded with wild boars and our hearts heavy but filled with joy knowing we had protected the community. That's the end of the video. If today's hunt got your heart racing, leave a comment to let us know how you felt. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and watch more thrilling wilderness hunts. See you in the next video. As dawn's light appeared over the field, the grunting of a herd of wild hogs shattered the morning silence. The ground was torn up, fresh claw marks showing the destruction of the night. Dark figures still shifted within the mist. Restless, hungry, unarmed. Without hesitation, a thunderous blast echoed across the field. A tannerite shot shook the earth like an explosion. When the smoke cleared, a heavy body lay still while the rest of the herd fled in panic. We quickly regrouped, forming a pursuit line, not just to protect the crops, but to maintain peace on the land we call home. On the wide field, the GPS tracker lit up. Sharp blinking signals guided each step. Every move was calculated, every look focused. Soon, the target appeared, almost invisible through the grass. The first shot sounded. Direct hit. Fast. Decisive. The hog dropped instantly, as quickly as the shot arrived. Less than 100 meters away, more hogs appeared. Each shot was firm and precise, cutting off every escape route. A flawless display from marksmen shaped by countless training sessions. The field grew silent again. Every ambush position along the edges tightened like a drawn bow. Then a figure moved. The barrel followed each step of the hog, and the moment it burst through the grass into danger, the final shot was released. Reflex, speed, discipline. These are what separate true hunters from those who merely watch. We stood alone in the open, waiting. 10 long minutes passed before the last shape appeared. Instead of fleeing, the hog charged straight at me. In that instant, survival depended on one thing: staying calm enough to keep the aim steady. Skill and composure meant everything. Hesitation had no place. Before we lowered our rifles, the dogs caught the scent and drove the hog out of hiding. Instantly, fingers tightened on triggers and eyes locked on the target. The hog burst forth like a sudden gust, but even its speed couldn't escape a perfect shot. Once again, teamwork between people and dogs carved another unforgettable moment into the hunt. After hours of tense tracking, the afternoon sun emerged. We kept a steady pace, watching closely for movement. Suddenly, signals from the eastern field lit up. The hogs were near. Nick immediately moved in to clear the danger zone. When the herd appeared, a series of controlled, rhythmic shots echoed, each one certain. They ran across the field, but none slipped through the storm of bullets. Another dramatic chapter ended, restoring peace to the forest. The noise remained loud near Nick. I focused completely on my target. Every shot left no chance for escape, sending a clear message to anything threatening this land. Which moment made your heart race the most? Share your thoughts below. Your feedback means a lot to us. We never hunt recklessly. Every action is taken responsibly. Protecting crops, keeping local families safe, and fully following U.S. wildlife conservation laws. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos.
In the scorching heat of noon, news broke of a herd of wild boars suddenly sweeping across the fields, causing chaos and panic throughout the region. Without hesitation, the protective hunting team immediately set out, heading straight to their hiding place. Ahead lay lurking danger, and behind us were the livelihoods of countless families depending on our success. Would our determination be strong enough to stop these beasts? Follow us to the end to witness the intense unfolding of this confrontation. On the kayak, we quietly glided into the area we believed the wild boars were wallowing in mud. Our sharp eyes scanned every inch around us, missing no detail. And then it appeared. A brief sound of triumph rang out, backed by unwavering determination. This was a challenge, but above all, a responsibility to protect the life and peace of this land. With unwavering fighting spirit, the entire team immediately spread out, surrounding and blocking every possible escape route in the dense swamp. The boats accelerated, keeping close and tracking the wild herd rushing at incredible speed through their territory. The team's synchronization became the key factor, opening the opportunity for Jack to make the decisive move. This was not just a counterattack but a statement of ownership and responsibility for protecting the villagers. The tension was still at its peak, and John was about to make a bold decision. Upon receiving the signal, he quietly left the boat, stealthily advancing toward the target. Even from a great distance, John remained fully in control. His refined skills and relentless training had shaped him into a resilient marksman, steadfast in his mission to protect the crops and the lives of the people in this region. Thanks to his bold decision, John approached multiple targets hidden deep within the swamp's corners. Each precise shot forced the creatures to retreat, drawing out the lurking shadows. Without a hint of panic, John knew we were ready for anything. His calmness and seasoned combat instincts turned every danger into an opportunity, bringing the mission closer to victory. When we finally found them, a swift assault surrounded and neutralized the elusive creatures quickly, precisely, and decisively. Within minutes, the swamp grew silent. The only remaining signs were the remains of the fallen wild boars, clear evidence of the team's coordination and unyielding determination. Wild boars are known for their stubborn nature. They are formidable opponents, but today, our thorough preparation made the mission smoother, bringing us closer to success. As the afternoon sun began to set, the hunt entered a tougher phase as the tracks started to fade. Yet our pursuit never stopped. After 15 minutes, the final shadow was found. The echoes of the chase and the cheers of triumph rang out. Our mission to safeguard this land could finally come to an end. Today's hunt was not just about winning a battle. It was about protecting a community. A profound reminder of human responsibility toward nature. Every decision was made with government approval, ensuring ecological balance and protection of wildlife populations. Every step, every action was a combination of skill, teamwork, and determination. Although we captured a significant number of wild boars, bringing peace back to the fields, this journey is far from over.